All right. Hey everybody, Ricky here. I'm trying to start a backyard nursery, and things this week are going pretty well. In front of me here is the beginning of hundreds and hundreds of plants I'm gonna have to pot up. My wife and I got this giant 12-yard mound of compost we're gonna be filling through along with some other soil amendments. Pretty big things going on here. First, today I've made my first cash in hand sale. That's a really big milestone for me. Having the cash in my hand, shaking the hands of the people coming to my house and delivering the plants to them and them being very happy with everything, that's just an entirely different feeling. It's real now. I have lots of orders to be fulfilled, and I actually am pretty much sold out of all my super hots this year. There's a couple of, tiny varieties here and there, but people were buying 5, 10, 20 in this one order. Bought 20 different plants. Some pretty big updates coming through though. In May, I'm going to be doing the farmers markets every weekend. Saturday at the Wayne Farmers Market. I'm not going to be able to sell any of these guys there yet because the roots are not going to be filled in, and I know some nurseries, they might pot up a bare root and then sell it, 2 weeks later. I don't really feel right doing that. As long as somebody knows what they're buying, I feel like that might be okay, but I'm not going to advertise this as a well-established plant. I don't think that's right. We have black raspberries, some blueberries, and of course, the bread and butter double dinner, pawpaws and persimmons. I've grafted out all of my mulberries too. All of those have been sitting in the closet. I feel like they're going to be calloused over within the next few days. I grafted them a week or two ago. The pawpaws and persimmons, that's going to be an ongoing thing. That's going to be at least 15 hours of work. Well, not all, but a lot of my grafts for the pawpaws have been successful. I've checked the callus, I unwrapped them with the rubber bands and everything. The hot callus pipe worked really well. If you're grafting out pawpaws, that is definitely the way to go. Even bare root, the grafts have taken. Now, I don't know if the roots are going to establish. There's still a huge chance for this epic failure. I plant all of these out in the pots, I water them, I give them love and sunshine, and then all of a sudden they just die mid-season. That's definitely a possibility, but as far as establishing the callus goes, the hot callus works. I can show you how to set that up in a future video, but for now I'm just giving you the big updates on everything that's going on. Aside from that, I'm going to have to start hardening off a lot of my plants. I got a shade cloth and I'm going to set it up on the side of my house. I have 35 10 by 20 trays that I have to bring out. We have one more cold snap. This is the Saturday before Easter Sunday. One more cold snap on the horizon. I checked the extended forecast. Beyond that, we have some nights that dip into the 40s, but nothing in the freezing territory. In the past, when I've taken my plants out early, yeah, they look a little bit sad, but it's mostly the sun that damages them, not the temperature. Still, I'm babying some of them. My tray of habaneras had an aphid infestation. I caught it just in time. It's not like a disaster like it was last year because I'm checking them every single day. I found the cluster of plants, took them out immediately, washed them off as best as I could, sprayed them with some dead bug brew, which is basically just an insecticidal soap, organic of course, and I've just been monitoring and squishing with my thumb. It's really gross, but it's probably the best way to do it because the sprays can kind of miss and you might stress out the plant a little bit, but that's really the best way I've found to do it. But as far as market talk goes, yeah, the super hot peppers around me did really, really well. I'm probably going to maybe double the amount I'll be doing yet next year. I know what varieties seem to sell well and which ones don't really seem to get a lot of attention. People love pictures. That's something that I found out too. A lot of the people reaching out to me were like, well, can I see pictures of the peppers? And of course, I didn't grow every single variety that I was selling. So I would have to go where I got the seeds and get pictures from them. But if you can get good pictures, I feel like that might sell it a little bit better. So I'm going to be working on taking good pictures this year of pretty much every variety that I'm growing and making sure that I can post those on Marketplace when I'm doing it. People don't really care much about the pictures of the plants themselves, especially when they're so young. But definitely pictures of the peppers or tomatoes. They like to have the different colors and all that stuff. They want to know what they're getting into. But the super hots are really, really great. And Fun fact, New Jersey actually has the largest super hot pepper retailer in the entire country. So the fact that I'm able to kind of make my little stand here, despite having the largest retail sales distributor in the entire country, I feel like that just goes to show that there's still a gap there. I feel like a lot of people could probably raise a few pepper plants on their own, give them away to friends, and they're great for hot sauce. They're fairly easy to take care of, but a little bit annoying to start, I must say. It's not like it's just a walk in the park. It does require daily attention. Again, if I had slept on the aphid issue and I let it go for another day, that would have been a disaster. It would have spread to all my other plants, and then I would have had to quarantine 5 different trays instead of just 1 or 2. So I've been having a lot of fun with this, and hopefully this is the start of something really good, because as I was filling these pots and as I watched more and more of my backyard disappear into a new nursery venture, I feel like I'm gaining something out of that that's just a little bit more than side cash. The people I'm giving these plants to are happy. You know, I'm giving them started on something that's just growing their own food. That's one less grocery trip they might take. That's one less Amazon package they might have to get. That's just improving the world in more than one way, and that really makes me feel good too. So just a little bit of an update as far as things going in there. I feel like just doing this outside, face to camera, rather than just like taking you around and seeing my plants, that of course they got bigger, of course they're looking nice now. It's just a lot of emotional stuff that I wanted to deliver here. And yeah, the yard's a mess. We're going to be working on that too this year, but if I could just make my money back this year as an establishment year, I would be really happy. The tree sales are probably what's going to drive most of the revenue though. Well, that was my long ramble. Hopefully it was well edited so that you didn't fall asleep there. But I'm really happy that this is working out for me. And if anybody's watching this and they want to buy some cool plants, let me know what you would want. I can start them. I have the infrastructure getting set up here. I'd be happy to give you a plant. Well, not give, but sell. I'd be happy to sell you a plant. Yeah, because it's my business now. So.